Hill is going to be your best bet?
That's when I straightforward. What do we want to say?
What,
Yeah.
what you would tell me, let's imagine you and I are going into an elevator together,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell you that I've got a house that's, $1 million house that I'm looking for a realtor. What are you going to tell me in that 30 seconds before I get off the elevator that's going to make me want to hire you right then?
Well, first thing I would say is that the cell phone is not a marketing tool. Okay, when you have a house of your stature, of any stature really, you need to market it. Okay, and when you go on Zillow and Realtor.com, what you see is quick taken cell phone photos.
Can you stop and talk directly into the microphone?
I'm sorry.
That's
All
okay.
Right. Okay. Anyway, I'm a professional photographer. I have been so for 35 years. All right, and every listing I get gets professional photography. I mean, we go out there, we take the time. I get with the seller and take a couple hours. And what we do is every house has its own little nuances, and I make sure that I talk with the seller and I look through the house and I find those special characteristics and I accentuate those. And also, like I was telling Matt, I have a aerial drone. I've had one for years, and the reason I bought it was for larger estate size listings. I mean, it's in now, but it wasn't in then. But I take that, it has 1080p video, and we fly over the house, fly over the grounds, and I put that in every listing as a virtual tour. And it's a great selling option.
Stop talking to Matt. Talk right into the microphone.
It's a great marketing tool.
Do me a favor and give me the point again that you made about a cell phone not being a marketing tool. Just give me that same pitch.
What we have is we have MLS service, and the big thing about the MLS is every agent will give their customers MLS listings, okay? Or they can go on and they'll say, hey, check these out. And they go on the websites, and most of the camera work and the photography work is done at the listing appointment real quick. Let me run and do this, and then they put them on. In fact, well, I don't know if I should. Just yesterday, one of my customers, okay, had me look up a house, and all the pictures were sideways. They weren't even the right orientation. So realtors don't spend enough time, in my opinion, marketing the house, because you're technically marketing it to other realtors, okay, because they're the ones that are pulling these up and looking at them. So they have to be impressed first. Then you have to you have to give those to your customers and have them impressed. And if you've done any time on Zillow or Realtor.com or any of the other ones, the photography work that people in the real estate business now think is exceptional marketing is terrible. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit above the rest, is because I'm a professional photographer. I've been in real estate since 1989. I know what to look for. I know which pictures to take, what parts of the house that buyers are looking at, okay? There's no reason to take pictures of, outside behind the barn. Nobody cares. You want the kitchen. You want the bathrooms. You want the master bedroom. I mean, if you give people too many pictures, there's no reason to come see that house. You want to get them excited with the stuff that you've accentuated with your photography, and then you'll do your customer a better service by only putting, say, 5 or 6 pictures on there. Unlike now, you go on there and they've got 40 or 50 pictures. So you want to keep that down. You want to get your marketing professional, and what that does is, you've seen plenty of pictures that you look out the window and it's all blown out, the whole room's blown out. You take 5 consecutive photos on different exposures, and when you overlay each one of those, you can look out there, you can look in the yard, you can see the picnic table, the trees, everything. And that's what I know how to do. And that's the main thing I would show them. Also, the biggest part of real estate is every agent wants to go out there, they want to get that listing, and then they walk away, and trying to get a hold of that realtor is next to impossible. All right. My executive secretary answers the phone. She gets all the information that's needed, and then she passes it along to me, and I deal with every customer individually. They call me, they're going to talk to me. They're going to deal with me, and I'm the one that's going to show up out at their house to list their house. And I will make sure that when they call, they get the information they need. We, if you will, babysit every deal from start to finish. You're never going to call and go, hey, where's my mortgage at, or what's going on? We call the mortgage company. We call the title company. We work with house inspection. We babysit every part of that deal, because it's the biggest purchase of most people's lives, and it's very emotional. And we try to take that out of there. So all they have to do is say, well, call Gary. he'll know what's going on. And we will have the most up-to-date information when they do call. Or we'll call them and give them the updated information.
Nice. That's like 4 different 30s. I mean, you'd have to open a new entry to get another one in, but we definitely have what we need to do Monday.
I think so too.
Do like pictures and
I
getting a
really
hold
like
of
the
the
last
realtor.
thing you just said, getting hold of a realtor, and it's the biggest purchase you'll ever make, and
Yeah.
it's emotional, and we'll take the emotion out of it. That's that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I mean,
That's the biggest thing my customers have told me in the past is you've made this so easy. You know what I mean? It just, and I'm like, well, thank you, I appreciate it. I know, you know.
What is it usually like when you try to reach a realtor? Like, say, let's say you're trying to text him.
Realtors, and you're not recording this, are you?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want this on the air.
Okay, that's fine.
But I'll just let you know what it is. Realtors are very lazy. They want to come out and say, hey, thank you, sign here, and you don't hear from them until it gets almost, if their house doesn't sell. But right now, the market is, I mean, it's a seller's market. Sellers are getting 3, 4, 5 offers. They're selling their houses for more than they're listed for. I mean, it's a really good time to be a seller in this market. But historically, and even today, because I've worked in a number of real estate offices, they want to come out, list that house, and go away. And the only time you'll hear from them is when you call them wondering, what's going on with my deal? Well, you know what, let me check on it. Realtors don't want to give bad news. I hit that right on. When I get bad news, I call them instantly and say, all right, we got a snag. We're working on this. Let me get back to you. Or I try to figure out what's going on. They don't answer the phone. They don't answer texts. They don't answer emails. And I mean, it's just a bad thing. I mean, the communication, even now, it was bad enough when you had the phone call. You know, you had to actually call them before texting and the whole email. But now, even when it's the easiest where you could just shoot them a text or shoot them an email, they don't even do that. That's the biggest complaint I would get when I've gotten other listings and they're like, yeah, my last realtor wasn't, you know, he did a terrible job. Never heard from him. I get that a lot. Now, I'm not saying everybody's like that, but that would be the biggest complaint I've heard over the years. So I am there. I enjoy, I eat, sleep, and breathe real estate. I mean, it's what I've done since I was like 16. I've always been in love with real estate. And I make sure everybody's happy, because when your real estate clients are happy, they talk to other people and you get more real estate clients. When they're mad, you can tank your career real quick, really quick. And like I said, I was first licensed in December or October of '89, and any censures from the state, never anything. Everybody that I've worked with has enjoyed my services and praised me for it. Now, I'm not, you know, trying to act like I'm the greatest thing in the world, but I go out of my way, because that license, when I got it, was the proudest day of my life. And keeping it, I have to be above everybody else in order to be successful as a realtor. So that's why I do out-of-the-box marketing, like with my truck. That's what I'm going to do.
Nice.
it's too bad you don't want to use that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a unique.
Well, there was
sales
some of it that
proposition.
he might not object to using. Just
Yeah.
you know, in general, whether you know, in the old days you could call them on the phone, but now a text, yada yada, they
Yeah.
don't answer.
Yeah,
Just a statement like that.
There was a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I thought, that you could cut snippets out of. If you're okay with, I mean, Mark is.
The mission for now is to just get us
No,
on the air with
absolutely, I
Monday.
understand. Mark is, and I've been doing this independently, and I've done this with ad agencies, and I've done this at other radio stations. Mark is the best person I've worked with at hearing this kind of stuff and picking it out. And
The takeaway here would be for me to come off as a very serious, experienced realtor
Well,
that cares.
You got to that at what you just said a couple of minutes ago.
Okay.
You started off with a pitch, which was awesome, but then you started to become Gary at the end. So that I want to capture that, because you started talking about the passion, how long
Yes.
you've been doing it. You know, you're proud of the fact that you've never gotten any complaints.
Yeah.
The pride that you have in your work, that kind of stuff. I mean, I could do 15 seconds of this whole ad, and it would probably sell the job.
You know what, Mark? Do what you know works. You've been doing it for years. I haven't. Okay. I was happy with what we got started with, because the season's about to pop, and the minute the weather changes,
You're
it's
developing
gonna,
brand identity.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And everything I have, if you haven't seen it, is around being American. My truck is red, white, and blue. The corporate logos are red, white, and blue with stars. I mean, today's age, it's not real hip to be, you know, a true-blooded American, but I'm a true-blooded American, you know. Have it. They just sent it to me last week. Oh, hang on. I'll email you a
Yeah,
copy
email
of
it
it.
to me.
Yeah, we
All right,
did.
I think we're good.
Cool.
That was easier than you thought,
In
huh?
about an hour, 45 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool. All right, let me have that. That was very cool.